can you unfeel it? It's crawling up the wall.
Cut him loose. Bring the body.
Voice, all new, Monday at 8/7 Central on NBC.
At the conclusion, I just want to feel alive. Live like you're dying, am I right?
I leap to cross time and space to save you. Your life is in danger. You have to believe me.
Live on NBC 12, this is Newswatch 12 at 10.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 Weekend. I'm Mohammed Abdulkawi. Detectives from the Marathon County Sheriff's Office are investigating a double shooting that occurred at a home on County Road N in the town of Hull, approximately 5 miles east of Colby, in which 2 men were found deceased. The Marathon County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications Center received a call Saturday evening from a man who reported arriving home to find his father and uncle both dead inside the home. Deputies responded and found the 2 men deceased in the residence with apparent gunshot wounds. The identity of the victims is being withheld at the time, pending family notifications. Due to the nature of the ongoing investigation, no other information is being released at this time. At around 12:43 p.m. today, the Marathon County Sheriff's Office was notified of the potential culvert collapse on County Road KK near the driveway to Wausau School Forest, causing hazardous road conditions. At this time, County Road KK is closed to all traffic between Companion Lane and Whisper Road to allow the Marathon County Highway Department to make repairs. There is a posted detour utilizing County Road N to County Road O to County Road B for southbound traffic and County Road B to County Road O to County Road N for northbound traffic. This detour will remain until repairs are made to the roadway, as an estimated duration is not known at this time. Please make plans to use an alternative route of travel over the next few days. Meteorologist Conrad Jaspinski now joins us. Conrad, beautiful day outside.
Yes.
What will be with snow coming?
We're actually warming up tomorrow, and then Tuesday goes downhill. More wintry precipitation and moves on in. Taking a look outside, check this out. We are at officially #2 snowiest winter seasons so far. It's only April 2nd, 112.5 inches of snow. That's what we have so far this year. #1 spot, 116.3. So we are 3.8 inches away from reaching #1. Let's go. I know we want spring, but might as well get the first place as well. We're already pretty much there. The snow has moved out. Clouds are starting to roll out of the area. Wausau still has some thicker clouds. But overall, though, the Northwoods, we're looking pretty clear. It's going to be a calm night. Temperatures now will start to cool down. Earlier today, though, 41 degrees here in town, and that was pretty much the trend all the way into the UP. Down south by Wausau, though, 47, so close to 50 degrees where there is no snowpack. Their average high should be around 46 degrees. Nowhere near that. But tomorrow, we definitely will be. Tonight, though, we're going to continue to cool down. Temperatures will be hovering close to 28 degrees. Mohammed?
Thanks, Conrad. The Autism Society of Central Wisconsin hosted a family fun day in Crandon today for families that's affected by autism. The society utilized a big facility of the Potawatomi Community Center. They wanted to host more events in the Northwoods to help spread the word about what they do. Tracy Hogum, the vice president of the club, says the turnout was fantastic.
Actually, we did some math on this, but our typical events have grown more than 50% in the last year alone. So for this type of an event, we would have loved to have seen more people show up. But I think it's really hard when you don't know that the events are even going on.
65 people signed up to participate in the activities at the community center, doing things such as swimming, playing in a bounce house, and even rock climbing.
They come in and they're like, they don't expect that you have all this fun stuff for them to do. And we're like, yes, of course, and it's free. Our events are free. We don't ask people to be a member or pay a membership fee or even pay to come to the event. We raise money and to have funds to do this.
Hogum hopes that the society will be able to host more events in the Northwoods in the future. On Friday, the snowmobile season ended across Wisconsin. Vilas and Iron counties waited as long as they could to keep their respective trails open. The St. Germain Boboan Snowmobile Club says that this is the first time in 10 years that the snowmobile season went out to the 31st. New club president Roger Klein says that he was overall happy with the season. He added that now is the time that groomers will lock out the trails as well as maintenance on the machines.
Every Monday morning it's a maintenance. Everybody has to come in and do the maintenance. That's so we don't have any breakdowns.
Klein says as a new president, he wants to keep talking about being safe on the trails for all riders by developing a safety book.
You have things on there, what the signage is, what to do when you meet a groomer on the trail, how to stay on the right, where to stop, all those things to prevent an accident from happening.
Klein says that he hopes to have those books ready and available at local restaurants and hotels to remind snowmobilers to stay safe. There's still a lot of snow out there, and it's important to clear out that snow. However, shoveling is a big task and takes a lot of energy.
You have things on there.
Snow removal can turn into a high-intensity exercise that uses all major muscle groups such as strength, cardio, and endurance. Shoveling hundreds of pounds of snow can put a big strain on the heart. If you get tired, it's recommended that you take a break and come back later. If you're having trouble removing snow, don't be afraid to ask for help. The YMCA of the Northwoods is hosting the annual Healthy Kids Day later this month. This event features a variety of family-friendly activities to encourage healthy kids, healthy families, and a healthy start to the season. The event will take place on Saturday, April 29th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information on the event, you can contact the number displayed on your screen. First-time home buyers around the country are struggling to secure a down payment in this economy. A recent study by Rocket Homes used various tactics to find the best locations for buyers with incomes just under the national median, which is $65,000. Wausau, with a median home price with just over $200,000 and an estimated monthly mortgage payment of nearly $1,500, came out on top. Cities in Indiana, Missouri, and North Dakota were ranked lower than Wausau. In November, the Rhinelander Hodag won the best high school mascot in America. Yesterday, Rhinelander was voted the best city in Wisconsin. After a month-long competition that had 64 cities in it, the city of Rhinelander ended up being in the finals versus Menasha in the Milwaukee's Record Cities bracket. Rhinelander ended up beating Menasha by 23%. Rhinelander received more votes than any other city en route to earning the title. For winning, Rhinelander will receive a hand-delivered award declaring it as best city in Wisconsin. The body of a missing toddler in Florida has been found. We'll have the details on that and more after weather when we come back.
Soon, you'll be headed to the polls to decide the future of our state. And here's my promise to you. I'll look at every case in a fair, impartial manner. And I'll follow the law and our Constitution. As a prosecutor and as a judge, I've put dangerous criminals in jail. I've fought to guard our rights and our freedom. That's exactly what I'll do on the Supreme Court. I'm Judge Janet Protasewicz, and I'm asking for your vote by April 4th.
Visit Ho Chunk Gaming Nakusa to experience exciting action on the hottest slot machines and electronic table games. With big fun, you get bigger rewards while playing with your Rewards Club card. Enjoy special gaming offers, food and entertainment discounts, and more. Hungry? No problem. Escape to the oasis of Swiftwater Lounge for drinks, food, and fun. We'll see you at Ho Chunk Gaming Nakusa, your place to play.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever and receive free carpet installation or save $300, $600, or even $1,000 on all hard surface flooring. That's right, free carpet installation or extra savings up to $1,000 on hard surface flooring. If you need flooring, now is the time to buy. Only at Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever.
Our prices will floor you.
A person is known by the company they keep. Who are Judge Janet Protasewitz's friends? Predatory abortion profiteers. The type of savages that support late-term abortions that cause excruciating pain and stop a beating heart. And they want you, the taxpayer, to foot the bill. Janet Protasewicz and her bloodthirsty comrades don't care about Wisconsin's values. They care about making money, killing babies. Vote Dan Kelly on April 4th.
And welcome back, folks. Happy Sunday to you. Hopefully you had a great weekend. I know yesterday wasn't the nicest day. Weather was insane, messy all over the place, but the roads now are looking pretty clear. A lot of snow on the sides, but overall, though, roads looking pretty nice and clear finally. Not all roads, but for the most part, most of them are looking good. The snow we had earlier today, this is right there in Canada, long gone. We are starting to clear up right now as a pretty good amount of cooler air starts to roll on in. Look at all these thicker clouds right by Wausau area. And then down south by Green Bay, same story here in town, though. Looking pretty good. We are starting to clear up at the moment, but another system is on the way, folks. This one will be strong as well. It will have a lot more warmer air, though. Okay, so let's pay attention to this. Tuesday around 9:30 a.m. A little bit of snow starts to move on in. Some scattered snow showers throughout the day. Overall, though, pretty dry. Then in the afternoon, 3-4 p.m., a quick band of snow moves in, and then mostly a wintry mix will be in the area. Some freezing rain as well, and then this is going to get pretty heavy at times overnight. Temperatures will start to slowly warm up and climb actually overnight, so they won't be dropping, they will be warming up. So that freezing rain will be turning into rain, so it's going to go from snow, we're thinking around an inch, maybe 2 inches in some spots. This might be overdoing it slightly, but still around an inch cannot be ruled out. And then on top of that, we're going to get some freezing rain after, and a good amount might be piling up. This might actually be underdoing it, showing less than 0.1 of an inch here in town. There will be some spots with around 1/4 of an inch of freezing rain. The winds, though, let's talk about that. This last storm had some pretty intense winds. Look what happens Tuesday into Wednesday. 38, 40 mile per hour gusts. Look up north. Arborvitae, 44, Anago, 50 mile per hour wind gusts, and there will be some isolated spots with much, much more. Medford even 54. Right now, the winds are looking pretty breezy. 13 miles an hour in town. Eagle River into Lando Lakes, not much going on there. But down south, the more south you go, the stronger the winds. Look at Wausau, 17 miles per hour. Okay, let's talk a little bit about temperatures. It is April 2nd. We should be in the mid-40s today. Not looking too bad. The sunshine came out after the snow. 41 degrees, mid to upper 30s up north. And then, of course, down the line, we were warming up. Look at Wausau, 47 degrees, and Stevens Point, 50 degrees. So this is pretty much where there's no snow on the ground. Into Wapaka, that's why temperatures are really, really warm. For us, though, we have a lot of snow. Temperatures, though, will continue to cool down, warm up, cool down, warm up. It's going to be an up and down type of trend. We're looking at Friday, once again, cold air. And then look what happens by next weekend. Warm air starts to move in Friday into Saturday, and then a little bit cooler air once again by Sunday. But get ready, folks. 40s, maybe even some 50s. We'll be back by next week. Tonight, though, 28 as a low, mostly cloudy skies. Pretty breezy conditions out there. Tomorrow, a beautiful day, 45 degrees, mostly cloudy, peaks of sunshine, light winds. Our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show that low pressure system Tuesday and Wednesday. Lingering into Thursday, we'll get really windy with those cold temperatures. Then we are clear Friday, Saturday into Sunday. Mohammed?
3 people are dead and a 4th is injured after a quadruple shooting in northeast Baltimore Saturday night. Police said it all unfolded around 8:40 p.m. in the northeast part of the city. When police arrived at the scene, they found a 49-year-old man and a 41-year-old man shot to death. Medics also took a 31-year-old woman and a 69-year-old woman to the hospital with gunshot wounds. The 69-year-old woman later died. The 31-year-old was in critical condition as of Saturday night. An investigation is still ongoing. At least 25 freight train cars derailed this morning in Montana. Authorities say the train derailed on the banks of the Clark Fork River in Sanders County, about 200 miles northwest of Bozeman. A county sheriff's office pastor said there did not appear to be any hazardous materials on board, and there have been no injuries reported. Responders with the county's fire department are on the scene. It's unclear about what happened to cause their derailment. A terrible end to a missing child case in Florida came to an end. A 2-year-old's body was found in the mouth of an alligator Friday's afternoon in a St. Peter's Lake. It's believed to be the remains of Taylon Mosley. He was reported missing after his mother, Bashan Jeffrey, was found dead with stab wounds in her apartment Thursday afternoon. An Amber Alert for a kidnapped child was issued for Taylon on Thursday. Police saw the alligator in a lake miles from the apartment complex. A charter school in Tallahassee, Florida will lose access to its teaching materials at the end of the school years. This comes just weeks after a teacher at Tallahassee, classical schools showed images of Michelangelo's statue, David, to his 6th grade class. Some parents complained about that incident on March 17th. They said they were upset the school did not notify parents ahead of time about the lesson. The school's principal was also fired over the incident. It's time to look ahead about this week's Little Business. CNBC's Dominic Chow joins us with a preview.
The March jobs report, the world's richest people, and the best companies to work for, all in the week ahead. A bit of a funky week on Wall Street, only 4 trading days, with the stock market closed on Friday due to the Good Friday holiday. But the holiday isn't stopping the release of the March jobs report, which comes out Friday morning. Another strong jobs report could give the Fed reason to stay aggressive on interest rate hikes. It's also the start of a new month. Wall Street hopes to build on gains from the first quarter. The good news, April has traditionally been a strong quarter and month for stocks. The S&P 500 has risen in 15 of the past 17 April months. And 2 highly anticipated rankings to watch for on Tuesday. Forbes unveils its list of the world's richest people. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos headed up last year's list, but a change at the top is almost a certainty, with Tesla stock losing nearly half its value in the past year and Amazon stock price plunging nearly 40%. And Fortune will reveal the 100 best companies to work for in America. The top companies last year included Cisco Systems, Hilton Worldwide, and Wegmans Food Markets. I'm Dominic Chu. Get all your business news on CNBC.
When we come back, we'll hear from 2 best friends who decided to travel the world at the age of 81, reminding people that age is just a number. Don't go anywhere. Stick with us.
Our officers risk their lives to protect your families.
But law enforcement's hands are tied when judges like Janet Protasewicz refuse to hold dangerous criminals accountable.
Including a man who brutally raped a 13-year-old girl and posted a video of it to Facebook. Monsters like him belong in prison. Judge Janet disagrees.
Wisconsin sheriffs are supporting Dan Kelly for Supreme Court. He enforces the rule of law, not the rule of Janet.
Vote Daniel Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Good news. This just in. Your Ford dealers have fresh shipments of their award-winning SUV lineup in stock and ready for you to drive home today. Get your hands on a new Ford, the #1 brand in SUV owner loyalty, including Bronco Sport with standard GOAT modes and Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And now, here's more good news. Now get a 2022 Explorer with 0% APR financing for 36 months, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Welcome back. Vice President Kamala Harris wrapped up her week-long tour of Africa yesterday with a visit to a farm in Zambia. The vice president took a walking tour of the farm, which uses greenhouses, drip irrigation, and solar energy to produce vegetable crops. During her visit, she repeated America's promise of $7 billion in private sector aid to support climate efforts across the African continent. She said the financial promise includes commitments to support climate-smart agriculture.
The impact of the climate crisis is unmistakable and without any question, in my mind, poses an existential threat to our entire planet. But we also know that there are solutions at hand.
According to a White House official, the farm that Harris visited uses climate-smart agricultural techniques and trains university agricultural students. A change is coming to General Motors. GM has decided to phase out its widely used Apple CarPlay and Android Auto systems for its future electric vehicles. The current system is popular because it allows drivers to mirror their smartphone screens in a vehicle's dashboard display. But the car maker is switching to a built infotainment center made by Google. The change will take effect when GM rolls out of its 2024 Chevrolet Blazer next year. Now for some good news. 2 women embarked on a mission to travel the world in 80 days at the age of 81. Ellison Barber has the story.
Meet Ellie Hamby and Sandy Hazlitt. 81 years young and traveling the world in about as many days.
I just mentioned to Ellie one day, wouldn't it be fun to go around the world in 80 days at age 80? And Ellie's eyes got big and she said, woohoo! And she started making plans. So we had it all planned, all tickets, and COVID shut us down last year. So our new theme is around the world
in 80 days at 81 and still on the run.
Don't lift your head up, I promise.
They've seen Egypt's pyramids from all angles. And in Finland,
oh, it's got a baby.
They relied on 4-legged friends to traverse the snow. In Japan, strangers helped them navigate Tokyo's complex subway system.
Just having a great time.
And in Antarctica, they followed the birds.
Vacations are tiring. This is not a vacation. This is an adventure, and each day just revs us up to have another adventure.
Sandy is a doctor, and Ellie is a photographer. They're both from West Texas. They've been friends for decades, sharing most of life's ups and downs.
Sandy and I both lost our husbands around 20 years ago. Hers a few years before I did mine.
They started to travel together back then, but this trip is next level, and they've shared it all on TikTok, gaining thousands of followers and millions of views along their journey.
Did y'all ever have a moment on this trip where you were like, okay, we've known each other for decades, but I can't stand you anymore? Did you ever want to tap out from this friendship?
No,
not a bit.
No. But the only thing that I always joke about is Ellie has longer legs than I have, and I can't keep up with her.
7 continents, 18 countries, all in 80 days. Their final stop, the Grand Canyon.
And Sandy and Ellie from the Grand Canyon.
But this isn't just a story about where Ellie and Sandy have been. It's also about the steps they took towards an unknown.
And this is what I always advise. Get up out of that easy chair. Step out of your comfort zone. Make some plans and live.
Don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to step out and do things. And we always say that age is only a number.
What a great story. With a good work ethic and drive, it brings big awards. When we come back, Serenity Douglas will tell us about a Rhinelander athlete who received a state scholarship last night. We'll be right back.
She locked him in his room, starved her son to death. The 16-year-old boy weighed only 42 pounds when he died. She could have got 25 years, but she got lucky. Judge Janet Protasewicz set her free. No time in prison. He strangled and raped his 79-year-old aunt. He faced 25 years, but he got lucky too. Protasewicz let him off with only 5. Tell Judge Protasewicz this is not justice. Stop protecting criminals.
Hey, Dad, look.
Us.
This is the magma chamber.
This isn't us, is it? When did we get so connected to our devices and so disconnected from each other?
She's not answering.
What? And when our phones have turned us into this, LT, what do you do when you're a company that sells them?
We gotta fix this.
It's time to find what we're missing. Join us in taking a break from our devices. Take the phones down for 5 challenge for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes. Feels good. And let's find us again. U.S. Cellular. Built for us.
Fishing for the best deal on a new boat and motor? Then get to American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. Pick from hundreds of boats and pontoons in stock at the largest showroom in the USA. Then increase your power with a Mercury motor on your new dream boat. We'll beat any boat price by $500 and trade in your old boat and motor for even more savings. Book the best deal on new boats and Mercury motors at American Marine and Motorsports, Shawano.
I don't like Dan Kelly.
I think he's corrupt.
First of all, he recused himself from the Zignego case because of ethical concerns.
Then he took $20,000 from Zignego and his family. After he got the money, he unrecused himself so he could judge the case.
That's not something a judge with any ethics would do.
That's textbook corruption. It's all in the public record, too. Dan Kelly's too corrupt. He's too extreme.
And he doesn't care about us.
All your local news is just a swipe away with the new and improved Newswatch 12 mobile app. Download the app on all your devices for local news, school closings, full video newscasts, and more. Newswatch 12. News from where you live. The WJFW News app is sponsored by Cellcom.
Spring is in the air at Cellcom. From March 31st through April 30th, every phone and every brand is on sale or free. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
I think it's safe to say that Rhinelander's Ava Lamers is a hometown hero. Lamers was awarded at the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame. She was awarded the Cousins Sub Scholarship that Donald Driver presented in the amount of $7,500. This was done last night at the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame 73rd anniversary induction ceremony. The award honors 1 male and 1 female in Wisconsin. It's based on academics, community service, and athletics. Ava also plans on attending the University of Montana. Congratulations to Ava. Shaka Smart led the Golden Eagles to their regular season title and then beat Xavier to win their first Big East Tournament championship. That earned Coach Smart the Associated Press College Basketball Coach of the Year award. This is Smart's 3rd national award he's received this year for the job he did with Marquette this past year. This adds to the Big East Coach of the Year award he earned several weeks ago. Along with that, Marquette legend Dwayne Wade is now the first Marquette player to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. After the tough and important loss to the Boston Celtics on Thursday, I guess you could say the Bucks played with a large chip on their shoulder tonight as they faced the 76ers. They were back at home for this one. Philadelphia is 51-26 compared to Milwaukee's 55-22 record. In the first quarter, Middleton passes to Holiday, who drained the first 3 of the game. But less than 30 seconds later, Tyrese Maxey mirrors that 3 to get the Sixers on the board. And for the Bucks, that's Middleton for 3. Milwaukee is starting a lot better this game, but we're going to head into the second quarter. They don't call him the Greek Freak for nothing. They take the half by 16 and ultimately win the game 117-104. They'll face the Boston Celtics again this Tuesday. The Brewers and the Cubs were back in action today at Wrigley Field for their last game in their series. The Cubs scored first with Nico Horner, making it 1-0. But in the top of the second inning, Bryce Terang up to bat and hits to the right while Tellez scores. It's now tied at 1. Bottom of the second, Patrick Wisdom hit a clutch home run to left field. But we're now at the top of the fourth. They're tied at 2. Mitchell hits to the right and Brian Anderson scores. The Brewers take this win 9-5 over the Chicago Cubs for the second time in the series. It was the NCAA Women's College Basketball Final between the LSU Tigers and the Iowa Hawkeyes. This was both teams' first NCAA appearance. LSU led the entirety of the game, not giving star Caitlin Clark room for her explosive offense. The Tigers took the win over Iowa 102-85, earning their first NCAA title. LSU's head coach, Kim Mulkey, has only been coaching at Louisiana for 2 years, and it's the first person in NCAA women's basketball history to win a national championship as a player, assistant coach, and head coach. Mohammed?
Thanks, Serenity. When we come back, Connor will give us one final look at the forecast. Stick with us.
I'm going for Judge Janet
You don't need to know how to say Protasiewicz to know that Judge Janet believes in fairness, freedom, and public safety.
How many times have you searched the same thing? What to make for dinner, kid-friendly meals, easy party food. Stop searching and look no further than the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with new recipes every day on Newswatch 12 Today and Newswatch 12 at 6. The Test Kitchen has you covered for every meal, snack, and craving. Now, how many ways can you say, ooh, it's so good? Mr. Food Test Kitchen, brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers and Rhinelander Cafe and Pub.
Wisconsin seniors depend on Social Security, but extremist Dan Kelly doesn't care about them. Kelly wrote that Social Security was similar to slavery. And Kelly insulted seniors by writing that those on Social Security are, quote, people who have chosen to retire without sufficient assets to support themselves. Do you want a radical like that on the Supreme Court? Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere. At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you. With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
At Lakeside Living Design, we've always got something stylish in store for you. Whether you're looking for high-quality custom upholstery, decorative accessories and gifts, or are designing your space entirely from scratch, you'll have a friendly designer by your side, sharing their expertise, helping you bring your unique style to life. So stop by, explore our showroom, and together we'll make your space feel just like home.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasiewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common sense judge. She believes in protecting our freedoms, fairness for all, and public safety. Janet Protasiewicz for Supreme Court.
Join the conversation when you're on the go. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date. Newswatch 12, from where you live.
All right, folks, the snow is finally out of the area. We are clearing up. We did have a little bit more snow earlier today, around ½ an inch. That was nothing, really melted after temperatures rose into those lower 40s. Take a look at this great graphic. Shows that we are officially at #2 with the snowiest winter seasons on record. Wow, what an amazing year. #1, we are just 3.8 inches shy of reaching #1, and that happened in 2018, 2019, just 4 years ago. And then look what happened, #3. So we are officially at #2. Get ready, more snow is back. Tuesday into Wednesday, mostly a rain event though on the back end with temperatures back into the 40s. We'll see if we break that record. Well, that's it for your local news around the Northwoods. Have a great night, everybody.
Don't let a storm keep you in the dark ever again. Contact the experts at Christopher Electric, proudly providing backup power services in the central Wisconsin area. Their team will complete the job from start to finish, no third party necessary, and will fit your home with the perfect Generac standby generator. Generac helps protect your home and family from the risks associated with power outages. So don't miss out on this limited time offer. Christopher Electric and Generac. Call for your free home consultation today.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Protect your vehicle's outdoor equipment and more with Shelter Logic storage products. Both our garages and sheds can be assembled quickly to block harmful UV rays while protecting your investments. And you'll be sure to enjoy your backyard get-togethers, rain or shine, with a Shelter Logic canopy. Large or small, we carry a storage solution to meet your needs. Right now, a 6-leg gazebo canopy is just $99.99 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
When you stay at a Verbo, you always get the whole home. Not part of it, but the whole upstairs, the whole downstairs, the whole fridge, and the whole secret nap room. Because is it really a vacation home if you have to share the house with the host?